Get ready to get ready. Coming to you live from the MFG studios in the heart of America's summer golf capital. We help you play better golf. It's time to get your game on and take it deep. This is the Mike Fay Golf Show. Here's your host, Mike Fay.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the MFG Show, episode 38. And my name is Mike Fay. I'm the Director of Player Performance here at the Boyne Golf Academy in Northern Michigan, and we are so glad that you guys tuned in to tonight's show. And we have some of the world's best professionals with us tonight, and we have you. And this show is all about you. We talk golf, we talk all kinds of stuff, and get very engaged in what's going on. So tonight, our panel of esteemed professionals from Australia. How you doing, Mr. Davis?
I'm great, thanks, Mike. How are you? My name is Brent Davis. I'm an Australian PGA professional and coach out of the PGA Performance Centre at Sandhurst Golf Club. Good to see one on today.
Absolutely. We are so glad that you're here, my friend. And also, all the way from Toronto, Canada. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me on the show again.
Absolutely. Fresh off your trip from sunny Florida?
Fresh off the trip. Yeah, it wasn't very hot, let me tell you. One day was like I might as well have been at home.
Yes, pretty cold, I heard.
I think it was 30, it was 40 Fahrenheit with wind chill of like 30.
Wow.
It was like 0 degrees Celsius or below zero one day.
That's not good at all.
No.
Well, tonight, we're going to go through our lineup here in a second, and this is what we do every week on Sunday nights, especially in the wintertime. If you guys have never tuned in, we see Mr. Molesky is live on Facebook right now. Mr. Randall's there, and a whole host of other characters. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Tonight, pretty big night for us. This is our first time really letting all of you know that we are live on LinkedIn as well. So we are on LinkedIn right now, YouTube, and Facebook, and Periscope for all of you guys on Twitter. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. All right, the lineup, which is sponsored by Tifosi Optics. You can get some of the best eyewear in the world from Tifosi, so check them out at tifosioptics.com. Tonight, it is a very sad day around the world. We're going to talk a little bit about Kobe Bryant, and it's just sad what has happened. We'll get into that. And Aussies everywhere with Brent. Lots of wins and lots of good golf played out of the Aussies of late. We'll talk all about that. Helman's Hot 5, which is a weekly staple. What do you think of that, Brent?
I'm just so sad that it's back. It was so good last week. They wouldn't have to put up with his garbage, but it's back again.
It's fun, though. It's always fun.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good this time because you'll have lots of show stuff to talk about, I'm sure.
That's right.
Yeah,
he's going to have, Yep. Mr. Helman gets the floor for a few minutes to discuss whatever he wants to discuss, and we know it's always interesting. And finally, we'll end up the show tonight talking about something that people have asked me about talking about is staying positive on the golf course, you guys. How do you stay positive on the course? So this show's all about you, so we want you guys to chime in, and we'll be asking you questions, and we'll be reading responses and stuff like that, and we'll get going here. So tonight, difficult topic tonight with the death of Mr. Kobe Bryant. Anything that you guys wanted to say about that? Him and his daughter and a bunch of other people perished in a helicopter accident. Not good.
No, it's not. And I had to tell my son he's a bit of a basketball fan and plays basketball. So to have to tell him that certainly got him a bit upset as well. So it isn't a very nice thing to do. But he's going to go out and play NBA 2K19 on the PlayStation today and play as Kobe. So that's the way he's gonna deal with it.
Very, very cool. What do you think, Jay?
I'm not a huge basketball fan, but obviously he was an icon and a legend in the game, really. And passed with his daughter, and I'm not sure who the other two are, pilot and who the fourth person was, but obviously a somber moment around the nation in the United States and around the world for people who did who do love basketball and love Kobe and the Lakers. So I'm sure we'll see lots of tributes this week coming.
No doubt. Fourth leading scorer in NBA history. Played 20 years. Unbelievable. And legend in the game. No doubt he will go down as one of the best players ever. And a very sad day. But I thought it was important for us to pay our respects and talk about that because it is across all of our feeds everywhere. It's whether you're watching golf or not, or a golfer or a fan of basketball or not, Kobe played a big part in everyone's life that way, and he was an icon. So, good stuff. Aussies everywhere. What's going on here lately?
It's some good golf coming out from the Australians, which is really really cool. So just before I jump to that, Scott Tatum says to say hi on Periscope, Mike. So he's tuned in on Periscope.
Awesome, thank you, Scott.
So he's there, but I was very very pleased to get up early this morning and see Mr. Leishman making a bit of a run at the Farmers Union event, and saw him close it out with a nice little birdie on 18, so that was really cool. And then overnight, Lucas Herbert had a win over in the European Tour as well. So the two main tours around the world, and we've had Aussies on top of the tree in both events, which is pretty cool.
Yes, Leishman went nuts on the front. He shot 65 today, and he went birdied 5 out of the first 8 holes. If any of you guys out there have played tremendous golf like that, we want to hear about it, where it was, what shot. If you birdied 5 of the first 8, you are going to have a good round, I think. So let us know in the comments if you've ever done that. And you're right, Brent. Birdie in the last, edging out Rom. Looked like it was Rom's to lose. He shot 70. It was pretty good, but not good enough. Not good enough.
It was good to see him hit that clutch shot on the last. From obviously only a short shot in, but to hit it close and get that birdie just to kind of close it out, because then Rom had to make that eagle up the last, which he obviously couldn't do. But he had a pretty similar putt to the one he holed a couple of years ago there, so he had a chance on it, but. Didn't quite get it there, but it's good to see the Australians playing well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's all good stuff. And then LPGA Tour. Jay and I were talking about that before we went on live. Madeline Sagstrom coming through, right?
Yeah, first win.
Her first win. And highlighted this first win by shooting 62 on Friday. How good is that round? Fantastic playing. That was good stuff. So very, very cool.
Control for Saturday and Sunday for sure.
Yes. Going nuts. Winning your first tournament. LPGA Tour. How good can that be? Good stuff. Real good. Okay, Mr. Helman, are you ready to take the stage, my friend?
Yeah, I'm 100% ready.
We are excited about Jay taking us on a live tour of the PGA Merchandise Show. He just came in, so I want to hear all about the new stuff and cool stuff and all that stuff.
Came back Friday. It was a good trip. I was down there Sunday, Monday. Went to a Monday qualifier for the LPGA Greenbridge with a player, and had lots of fun there. There's only 4 spots, so it's tough to get through, but still good times. We're going to talk the top 5 Mizuno blades, MP20 blades, and T20 blue wedges, as well as their new putter line. Was launched at the show or just before the show, and it's the first time Mizuno's ever made putters. So we have a blue putter, silver putter, and a little half mallet putter, which are exquisite. The blue one I love. Of course, it doesn't come in left-handed yet, but we're working on a left-handed putter hopefully for next season. We'll see what happens. But those were awesome wedges. The lefty lineup of the SELs is fantastic, and their HMB blades in the 3 and the 4 iron for the lefties were awesome. And the T20 blue wedges are just really cool looking. So I'm not a big fan of shiny stuff. So I like the duller finish when we're out there. It doesn't shine back up in your face when you're hitting a shot in there. So that was number one. Number two, we're gonna go with Sure Set training aids. They have. I had a video of it on my Instagram. It's not on there any longer, but went through it with Dan Frost from the UK. It was a really cool product, and they also have a speed flag. So it was it's butt weighted at the top with the grip, and they all have training grips on them, and it's to help build swing speed. So I bought the whole line. It was a three training aid bundle deal. So check out Sure Set training aid products. I tried it. It feels great. Puts people in the right space. So have a look at those. Was happy enough to sign with company Jumbo Max Grips. They now make regular size grips, as well as the arm lock grips for putters and oversized grips. And they do it Bryson's way. So if you check out the hashtag Bryson's way, you'll be able to find out a little bit more information, and as well as their website, Jumbo Max Grips. The fourth one I saw at the demo day, which I did it was also very cold on demo day and super windy. It was Swing Align Pro from Strand Sports. I can describe it for you. It's got two sort of arm clips that clip across your arms with an alignment rod and a stretchy band that adjusts to different tensions. Works really good for connection, obviously alignment of forearms and stuff and shoulders. So check that out. Their website is swingtrainer.com. So you can check it out there. I had it pulled up here, so just in case I need to go to it, so that worked out. And just, I guess I'll go with fifth. It was great to see all of my fellow colleagues down there, visit my sponsors, check out all their new lines, Levelware, Tifosi Optics as well, and, Mizuno Golf North America. They have, really good product line, and all the Levelware clothing coming out for this spring is exquisite, fantastic, outstanding. I'll go with all those. So it was a fun trip. I got to see two of my mentors, coaches down there, and a little reunion, and touch base with Charlie King and Brad Turner. Charlie King is currently at Rick Smith Performance Center in Trump Doral, and Brad Turner is at IJGA Bishop State as director there. So it was great to see those guys and sort of catch up. They're sort of the ones that showed me the ropes growing up in college, and sort of helped shape my career. So it's good to see those guys and then as well as everybody else. So sorry, I got these actually. The other ones here. Not everyone see this, obviously, but I did get the valve slides. So now I'm right up there with James Hong. James Hong Golf. I can Instagram just like him with these valve slides, and I can keep up with the hongs.
Well done with the honger.
And I got one more. So from Perform Better here, I got the little light yellow band, and then I got the blue ones, medium, and then I got the black one for one of my guys who opens his hips ridiculously at impact. So we're gonna tie those around, and we'll see if he can actually do anything with those. Probably not. Hopefully, just slow his hips down. That's sort of the whole goal.
Very nice.
That'll be my top five. Obviously, there was plenty more stuff. Canada Night was down there. We had our award ceremonies for all of the national winners. Shout out to Scott Coukes, National Teacher of the Year. He does a great job with his certified system and educating people around the world. So congrats to him.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what'd you think? Did you think the show was bigger than past years, smaller than past years, more people than last year's, less?
The demo day was less because it was cold, I think, and there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's a lot of certifications going on, and everyone, seems to have their own certification or program going on. So lots of educational workshops outside of the demo day. Obviously there were a lot of people are independent contractors and putting on their own certifications programs. So it's hard to pick and choose. I remember Honger actually put a list of of events or what we call it workshops that were going on if you could attend, but you could probably want to attend to like 5 of them, and they're all in the same time on the same day at a different location. So you really got to pick and choose which one you want to go to. So it's hard. I was just doing the demo day, and then Open Forum 8 was also on Tuesday night. It was good, very good panel of all the coaches, and Preston Combs did a great job on the putting along with David Orr. And I missed Kyle Berkshire. He was I was in talking to Steve Gould from Gas Labs about their force plates, and time just ran. I just missed it. So I'll have to catch the rerun on the video. But I guess it was really good. Bernie Najjar is his coach, and obviously Kyle is the World Long Drive champ. So I missed that one, but I was learning. I was learning at the time, so that was a good thing. And the Gas Lab system actually is really, really cool. The force plates are expensive, not in my wheelhouse, but if I win the lottery, maybe.
Well, we're hoping that you do. If you guys haven't looked lately, the Powerball is up to a whole bunch. So get your ticket, and then you can give Helman some money so you can get his Gas Lab force plate thingies. It's great.
A few other things.
That's right. That'd be awesome. Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much for the report from the show.
Yeah, no worries.
Now we're going to kind of shift gears, and like I said, I've been asked this a lot, and I thought it'd be good for us to finish tonight talking about staying positive on the golf course. And it's real easy to fall into the I stink and it's over deal. And let's go find the beverage cart. But we shouldn't really do that. We need to stick to a game plan. So, gentlemen, first things first. If we go back to a post I made a week or two ago, it was about first tee jitters. Been asked that a lot, and talking about getting off to the right start and how important it is in your round and things like that. What would you say to people out there that are watching about first tee jitters and getting off to a right start? How do you do it?
Go ahead, Bryant. I'm just going to try and pull something up here that I need to read.
Okay, so I'm big on planning. I'm big on having some sort of focus some sort of thing that you can focus on outside of the nerves or outside of the situation that you're in. So I work really hard with my players about having plans and strategies for each hole that they're playing on the golf course, so they've got something to go back to. So on that first tee, you've obviously chosen the target or the type of shot you're trying to hit. So focusing really hard on that pre-shot routine to be able to take away the thought process from those nerves. I think that's a really important way to be able to get that calmness to play that first tee shot.
Yeah, those are all good things. I totally agree. You got to make a plan to succeed and focus on it. What do you think, Jay, about the first tee? Is it important or not important?
It's super important to get off to a good start. And we were talking about planning. Most people do, there's a lot of trunk slammers running to the tee and are unprepared, top a shot, and cry for a breakfast ball. And I'm like, no, get there early. Get there 45 minutes early. That's your job, man.
What did you call them, Jason? Trunk slammers. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, trunk slammer, man.
That's your. Oh, I did have the grip here, by the way. I forgot to hold it up here and Jumbo Max in there.
Oh, okay.
Product placement.
Okay.
But yeah, your shot. That's your shot. You're in play. Like, hit the next one. If you didn't get it past, the next tee deck in front of you, well, too bad. Good luck. I'm still pulling up this file. Here we go. So, yeah, I'm just gonna read it. This is on the back of my brochure, and everybody is, we're talking about first tee jitters, but it progresses into bad shots. So I don't know if I've read this before, but it's possible. Why do bad shots happen? It's in the game changer section of my. Because I don't put tips out there. I don't like the word tips. I don't like quick fix. I don't like the word anything, along those lines. So I've changed everything to game changers a long, long time ago. So why do bad shots really happen? In analyzing thousands of golfers over my career, there's a lot of things that can contribute to poor shots. The main culprit being fear. What kind of fear? Fear of failure. Everyone's afraid of, obviously failing in front of somebody else. Fear of embarrassment, fear of outcome, followed by poor self-talk, poor attitude, poor focus and concentration, past negative experiences, future positive expectation, and there's a number of other different scenarios. It's really important to talk yourself into a shot, not out of one. The very simple question a golfer needs to ask themselves to get in the present frame of mind is it possible to hit this shot? It's a yes or no answer. If you're not ready, collect yourself, commit, be calm, and when the answer is yes, you're in the present. It's time to execute to the best of your ability and learn to accept the outcome. If not, press the reset button. Acceptance is a skill in and of itself in golf. So be calm and be present. Talk yourself into a shot when you're standing over it. Not, oh boy, I hope I don't hit this one out of bounds or in the water or, wherever. But few and far between do I find people that actually do that. So everyone's nervous over the shot and they're trying not to hit it somewhere. And I would rather have them try to hit it somewhere and focus on that particular aspect of it versus the negative aspect. Oh, I don't want to hit it in the water. I don't want to hit it out of bounds. So when we're talking about being positive, those are some of the things that you need to do to be positive. And acceptance really is a skill, and some people don't own that skill. They're not even renting. They're not even leasing.
I think that's great. I use that with my clients a lot. If I tell them to don't give a pink elephant, the first thing that pops in their head is a pink elephant. So avoid that word on the golf course and focus on the stuff that you do want to do rather than the stuff you don't want to do.
One of the things I tell students, I'm like, is eliminate the word "don't" from your vocabulary when you play golf. Yeah. Don't hit it left. Don't hit it right. Where are you going to hit it?
Exactly.
Don't focus on anything. Focus on not hitting it two places.
Yes.
So, I don't know. That's my take on it. And most people don't press the reset button. They just pull the trigger and go. And then, I should have, could have, would have done it this differently. Yeah. Okay. Well, you had the opportunity. You just chose not to do it. So that again is their own fault. And that's, some people getting in their own way, right? We've talked about people, getting in their own way playing golf and learning how to perform. So it really is, the onus is really on you or as a player to press the reset button.
Yes, we have to have short memories in the game of golf, no doubt about that.
All good players have bad memories.
Yeah.
I think that's Nicklaus' quote.
Yes, you can't remember what happened. You're too busy worried about what's going to happen, and that's going to be very, very helpful. Yes, starting out, getting off to a good start, being positive, and no doubt, Jay, getting off to a good start starts way before you even start, and you got to be prepared, right? And
it starts with your daily. What are you doing? Like, I'm off on Thursdays, so on Thursdays I poke around on the computer, I have breakfast. I'm getting ready to go play golf at 2:30. In season in the summertime. So I cruise into the golf club at around 12. Have lunch, with a few members, and then I'm looking at the clock and going, okay, we tee up at 2:30. At 1:30, I'm going to go down and putt, and then I'm watching the clock. At 1:45, I'm going to be chipping and hitting some bunker shots. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to be on the range. At 2:15, 2:20, I'm going to be finish my warm up on the range, and then I'll be over to the putting green for about 3 more putts, and then I'll be walking up the hill, jumping in my cart, and going to the whatever hole I'm going on because it's shotgun. So that's just sort of my plan, and it's sort of a chill day in the morning, and everything's sort of planned, and that's pretty much exactly what happens on tour. Those guys and girls have a lot of downtime, so they're trying to, if they have a 1 o'clock tee time on Thursday, they're eager to get out there and play. They have their routines that they're sort of are set up, and they're just they're following those routines on a weekly basis. So and if they're early morning, same thing. Tell the caddy to meet me in there wherever at 6 a.m. and then they'll start their warm up and go through the same process over and over and over and over again, just like a broken record.
Well, if you guys are tuning in live, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Periscope right now. And we are talking about staying positive while you play golf, different hints and things that we can share with you about doing that. We got some shout outs here on Facebook. The Guru has checked in. Hello, Mr. Sutton. Mr. Post is here. He is a regular on every week. Mr. Richmond, Mr. Smith, Mr. Mackey, Mr. Riccelli. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And it looks like that the El Presidente is still hanging on with us on Facebook, which is nice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tonight is our debut on LinkedIn, so excited about that. We saw Andrew Mogg is watching us live there. And who do we got on Periscope, Brent? You got anybody still on with us?
We still got Scott Tapman. I think I called him Tapman before, so apologies for that, Scott. I saw Adam Young pop in. I don't know whether he's still on there or not, but he was on earlier on.
Awesome.
So I've had a few guys coming through. So yeah, which is good.
That is cool. If you guys have anything to contribute to our discussion tonight, please top it in, and we'll be there to share it. This is golf's most interactive online show, where we share ideas about the game of golf and a lot of other things. So we're in the middle of a discussion of staying positive on the golf course. Let's talk about the three-puttville. All of a sudden, we start three-putting and we can't stop. And it starts getting us very upset, and we start thinking about calling over the beverage cart. What do we do to stop three-putting, Jay?
You could ask for 3 beers from the beverage cart.
That could be helpful.
I don't know. I always tell my players, if you suck at putting on the golf course, just make sure your speed is right. How bad are you going to pull it or push it? And if you can't read greens, take a green reading course, take an aim point green reading course, and learn how to do that. The problem is a lot of players think that they're actually good green readers, and they're really not. And a lot of people think that putting is the best aspect of their game, and it's really not. So take a putting lesson. That might help too. Many people take putting lessons. They're always working on the range. So how about those 2 or 3 things?
I like that.
Yeah, and, sorry to be direct, but I mean, actually, I'm not sorry, but that's just the way it is. If you suck at putting, you have to do something about it. So, and the average person, putts 5 to 7 times per round, if we're talking average golfer that is playing 10 times a year, because, of course, we have to qualify everything that we say nowadays. So if they can knock 5 shots off their game and they're shooting 100, then they're going to shoot 95, and they're going to break 100.
Yes.
So it starts with understanding that what your weakness is.
Yes, it is. Brent, what do you think? What happens when we 3-putt 3 or 4-putt 3 times in a row, and what do we do to stop the bleeding?
Yeah, I'm certainly on the same page as Jason, but to be able to get through that round on the golf course when you are putting bad, I think the first thing you got to do is go back to that speed control work, take away the ability to, or the trying to hold the putts, and just be sure you
Uh-oh.
6 or 8 feet offline, but you see them 6 or 8 feet short or long a lot. So get that pace right, get that speed right, and that's a good way to grind it out for that day. And then definitely follow Jason's advice and go and get some coaching for goodness sake.
Yes, get some coaching for sure. Yeah, not good when you're three-wheeling it around. Not good for your score, not good for your mental health. But to be tough and grind through it and work on the speed and get the speed right, that's going to help your guys score for sure, no doubt. Mr. Seltzer is now watching. Hi, Jack. Welcome, my friend.
Jack.
Yes. Mr. Helman is here.
I haven't seen you since the Michigan, chapter summit we held there in Boyne.
That's right. Mr. Seltzer is live. So we are in a discussion talking about, lowering your score and keeping your sanity on the golf course, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Making things easier.
Just on that, guys. What strategies would you give to your students when they do hit a bad shot? Because they're going to hit bad shots.
Sure.
So what strategies do you give your players to be able to get back on track after they hit that bad shot?
First thing that I think of is they have to plan for the next shot. And they can't think about the consequences of what just happened. And that's tough for people to understand. But they have to move forward and get into the next shot. What do you think, Jay?
So I'm along the same lines, like moving on and being able to put that particular shot behind is also a skill. I wouldn't say it's acceptance; it's part of acceptance, I guess. But you can't fix it. It's a tick. It's a mark on the card, so it counts. You're not changing anything there. What I get my players to do, I prefer them to do, is if they hit a poor shot and it goes, let's say, way right, and their understanding of their tendency is, I leave the face open a lot when I miss it. Okay, so stand there. The other three people have either gone. You can catch up to them and work it out right then and there. I'm going to take a few practice swings. I'm going to work on figuring out the particular movement pattern that I need to do to get my club face closing, so that I can produce a better shot on the, wherever my next shot's from. Because presumably, even if you've had a bad shot, I don't know, if the second shot into a par 4 or a first shot into a par 3, what's your next shot going to be? Hit shot, chip shot, long putt? I don't know. So it's probably not going to be a full swing shot. If it is, it was a really, really, really bad shot. So sort your feels out right then and there, count to 10, move forwards after that, and that shot should now be behind you. It's easy for us to say and do that, but until you actually do that as part of a post-shot routine, which people don't really have post-shot routines, they just stick the club in the bag, walk away frustrated, and don't sort things out. And that usually carries into the next shot, and then it's a snowball effect. Now it's another bad shot. So because they haven't left the other bad shot behind, they've moved on with it and carried it with them. It's now lingering because they're still upset because they think that they shouldn't have missed a 7-iron or 8-iron or whatever it was that badly. But like you said, you're going to hit bad shots. It's a matter of when do you do it in the particular round. If it's early, you can solve things. If it's late, well, you're trying to salvage that hole and maybe recover a round, but or salvage the round. Not really recover it, but recover that hole, I guess. But get yourself back in play and just try and make the most of it, right? Limit the damage. So fix it right then and there. Move on, and hopefully the next shot you can go with the same feels that you had when you were fixing it, and you can self-correct on the course.
Yeah. What do you think, Brent?
Yeah, I've had some strategies in the past with guys that allowing them to actually feel the anger or feel the frustration when they've hit a bad shot. So they play a bad shot, they hit it miles offline, feel that anger, feel that frustration, but then have some sort of trigger to be able to refocus again. And it might be a little tap on the arm or a tap on the leg, or some way to be able to okay, that shot's gone now. I felt the anger, I felt the frustration. Now I'm going to trigger my focus again to get on to play that shot that's coming up. So I think those kind of strategies can work as well for certain players.
Yeah, no doubt. A good trigger, that's a good idea. All right, well, we are missing our good friend Frank Costella. Frank will be hopefully back our next show. Next week is the Super Bowl, so we will not be on, but we will be on the week after that, you guys. So excited about that. Yes, cheer. This is the Joe Montana Bowl. Excited about that. Chiefs and 49ers. It's going to be a great game, you guys. What do you guys think about the Super Bowl? Who's going to win? We want to hear it in the comments.
Well, the Chiefs are going to win. But by the way, for the record, right now, let me say it. I went to Florida without golf clubs and did not play golf, Mr. Brent Davis.
Which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing that Helman went to Florida to a place he could play golf. And it's snowing up there in Toronto right now, and he did not play. That's unbelievable. Truly is.
I'm going to go hunting through your Facebook and Instagram now to find evidence of you playing golf at some stage.
I don't think he did. Good luck,
mate.
I don't think he did, Brent.
I'm speechless. I can't believe it.
It's awesome. Very, very fun. Jack says KC baby all the way. Okay, I like that.
Good boy.
Yes, Kansas City. That's good. Who else is who's our biggest Kansas City Chiefs fan you know online? Is it Mr. Evans, our biggest Kansas City Chief fan?
I don't know.
Chuck Evans, I believe he is, so I'm cheering for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so excited about that. It should be a fantastic game. Two great teams, and should be good. So, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in tonight, our inaugural night of LinkedIn, so that's cool. You guys have seen a bunch of my posts on there, and you can follow Mike Fagoff on LinkedIn now, so follow that up. Let's see. Bill Post says 49ers after the way they took care of my Packers. Okay, so he's cheering for the guy that beat him. Interesting take on it. I like that. Okay. We hope that you guys tune in 2 weeks from tonight, and we'll be back on live. If you guys have any things that you want us to talk about on our live stream, you can post them to the Mike Fay Golf Facebook page. We are on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. And there you go. So
Yeah, send your swings into my
yes.
My swing.
It is now time.
We haven't done that forever.
We have not.
Fix your swing.
Yes, we haven't done it forever. Send your swing into MikeFagoff.com/fixmyswing, you guys, and we will do it live on our stream. We have not had a swing sent in a while. I think it's because of the weather being so bad. Usually it gets going and you guys will send in your swings, but we want to see them. I don't care if you film it in your garage, in your living room. I don't care. If you can fit it in your bathroom, take the video and we'll watch. We'll see if we can help you. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a super night. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
See you guys.
See ya.